Alright, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Victory Brewing Company, and they're headquartered in Downingtown, Pennsylvania, and this is their Witty Monkey. So this is a citrus wheat ale, and on the side of the label it says ale with natural flavors. It comes in at 9.5% alcohol by volume, 16 IBUs at the time of review. And this can is approximately 6.5 months old, but it also has a best by date of December 20th of 2025. So they give this one a 1-year best by date. Now when I picked this one up, I saw that best by December 20th of 2025. I was like, oh, this is super fresh. And I picked this one up, I think it was in mid-June, so I was pretty confident they didn't give it a 6-month best by, but I thought maybe a 9-month, maybe it's like, 2.5, 3 months old. Nope, they give it an entire year. So this one was canned on December 20th of 2024. But according to Brewery, like I said, we should be good to go. Now, this is a shelfie beer that I'm reviewing for the month of July 2025, and it's a very polarizing beer, not only from viewers of the channel, but also some of my untapped friends. It seems that most people either love or hate this one. A couple of viewers of the channel, Chaz and Raining on Your Parade, had differing opinions. Chaz thought this was, I think he said it was horrible. I think he said he despises this one. He doesn't like it. We're paraphrasing, but he did not care for it. And then Raining on Your Parade, on the other hand, thought it was pretty solid. Same thing on Untapped. Most people gave it either like a 4 to 4.25 or like a sub 3. There weren't like a lot of like 3.5s or 3.75s. So I don't let that usually influence what I say or think about a beer. However, when I see ale with natural flavors, I don't say I always think the worst, but I'm always disappointed. Now on the back it says a twist of citrus. Witty Monkey used his clever curiosity to reimagine a citrus wheat ale loaded with sweet orange notes. Witty Monkey is citrusy, balanced, and will have you reaching for new horizons. I don't know about all that, but we're using the hashtag half-proper glassware. It's a gold monkey glass. It's my Victory glass. So anyway, also shout out to Raining on Your Parade for mentioning that the Blue Moon Extra Belgian White actually had natural flavors. When I did the review, I didn't think so. I thought it was just coriander and orange peel. But on the can, in very small, fine print, it said with natural flavors. So he was right on that one. It did have like an orangey kind of feel to the beer, where it did definitely seem like it was more natural. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed that quite a bit. And this is going to be a little bit different than that Blue Moon Extra Belgian White, because this base beer is just like a generic American Pale Wheat Ale imperialized, where that is actually Imperial Vit beer. So anyway, let's give you guys a look here in the glass. Yeah, that looks exactly like it does in person to me. Has that like honey orange color, a little bit darker. Looks like an old school like hazy IPA. Finger, just over a finger of an off-white, super creamy looking head. It's murky, it's turbid, you really can't see through it. See if you can get the light through it. Yeah, a little bit. You get a little bit of light through it, but for the most part, it's pretty murky and turbid. Yeah, it kind of looks like a citrus wheat ale of some sort, albeit at 9.5%. And this is one of those, you could call it, like I do, a shelfie beer. You could call it a grocery store beer. You could call it a gas station beer. Not only does this come in 12 fluid ounce cans and 6-packs, it also comes in the 19.2 fluid ounce stovepipe cans. So anyway, let's get a nose. It smells like orange marmalade. This smells like, to me, a faded Imperial IPA. Yeah, it has orange marmalade on white toast. But in this case, instead of white toast, let's say wheat toast. Yeah, it's orange, it's sweeter. There's a little bit of like a zippy, zesty kind of rindy character, maybe an orange peel. But it smells like it's going to be quite sweet. Orange marmalade for sure. Big wheat bread. A little bit of booziness. All right, so like I said, I shouldn't compare it to the Blue Moon Extra Belgian White, but I'm going to, because that's fresh in my memory of having it. I actually enjoyed that. I thought it was good for what they were going for, imperialized version of their Blue Moon regular Belgian White. And this doesn't smell as good as that. And it also, again, it smells more of like a faded Imperial IPA of yesteryear. Doesn't smell bad, it just smells old. And this is 6.5 months old, but they do give it a 1-year best by date, so gotta keep that in mind. Anyway, I want to get into it. Cheers, everyone. All right, one more sip before we start saying anything. All right, Chaz. I'm just going to say, I don't hate it. I don't. Do I like it? Not really. Do I see what they're going for? I do. So let's go with the pros first, right off the rip. This doesn't taste like 9.5% to me. Like, they're hiding the alcohol extremely well in this one. Let me take another sip just to see if I can back that up. No alcohol astringency on the palate. Slight warming in my chest. It's almost 10%. Doesn't taste like it. So that's a huge pro. Another pro, I do like the body and mouthfeel. Body, 9.5%. Higher side of medium, lower side of full. Maybe a bit thin for what it is, but I think if you're calling yourself a citrus wheat ale, you're not looking to be like full bodied and like over the top with a syrupy kind of nature to it. So I think the body's nice. The mouthfeel is good. Mild to moderately carbonated, more approaching moderately. It has a smoothness, a little bit of creaminess. It is a wheat beer, so it kind of makes sense. So I think hides the alcohol well, body and mouthfeel are really nice. The taste. This is a beer, I think, for somebody who just wants to throw back a couple beers in a single night, feel good about yourself, and not break the bank, which comes back to the gas station beers. So a lot of these breweries, and it really started with the New Belgium Voodoo Force line, where 9.5% Imperial IPAs, whatever they would call them, and they hide the alcohol extremely well, but they're 9+%. You drink a couple of those stovepipe cans that are 19.2 fluid ounces, so you end up drinking, almost 40 ounces of those beers, and you're drinking it at almost 10%, so you're drinking the equivalent of almost a 6-pack in 2 cans. You're feeling good, you're not breaking the bank, and the flavors are okay. That's kind of what this is. I much prefer the Gold Monkey and other monkey variants, but I see what the market is for this one. I get it, but I necessarily don't fall in line with loving it or liking it. It's just fine. It's fine for what it is. To me, it's a lot of that orange. I wouldn't even say orange marmalade, but it's like generic citrus on the palate. You could say orange, you could say tangerine, grapefruit. It's like a mixture of those characteristics front to back, but it's sweeter. It's sweet citrus. And that's where the natural flavors come in, where it's more like a candied, sweeter citrus front to back. There's an underlying, not even toasted wheat bread, just like a wheat bread characteristic from the malt. It's one of the least complex 9.5% beers I've ever had. It's pretty much sweeter citrus with a little bit of wheat bread. It finishes with a semi-dry kind of finish, mild bitterness. This leans sweet, but it's not cloying to me. I call a spade a spade. This is one of those beers where if you're having a shitty day and you just want to chug back a couple beers and feel good, you could even pick up 2 cans of this. You buy a 6-pack of this, drink 2 cans, the equivalent of almost drinking 4 beers in 2 cans, and you'd be getting your buzz on, you'd be feeling good, forget about the shitty day. I get it. I'm not in that, I'm in the point of my life where I don't do that. I do reviews. I usually drink 1 beer, sometimes 2 a day, and I'm not just drinking to get buzzed or get hammered or anything. So I can't compare my own personal experience to other people in terms of that. I know there's a market out there for this beer. I'm just not the demographic. I don't hate this. I don't really love it. I don't really even like it. It's okay to solid for me. I don't know what to say about this one other than hides the alcohol well, body and mouthfeel are nice, taste, aroma, very generic, simple. It's all right. I do like the Blue Moon Extra Belgian White a little bit better than this, if I'm being honest with you. But, this one's more of like citrus with an American pale wheat ale base that's imperialized, that more of a imperialized Belgian Vit. But either beer, I think, has a place in the market. And I always look at these beers from the aspect of who would enjoy these compared to myself, right? I'm not the target demographic for this beer, but there's a lot of people out there who are. So, to me, I'm all right with this one. But if I never have it again, fine by me. Their Gold Monkey's much better. The Berry Monkey's better. The Sour Monkey's better. I wish they would bring back a White Monkey, which was like the white wine barrel-aged Gold Monkey. But this is all right. I always keep it 100 with you guys. So Victory, their Witty Monkey Citrus Wheat Ale, 3.5 out of 5. It's solid. It's decent. But I'm always honest with you guys, and this is not a beer that I would personally seek out, but I could see people out there enjoying this one. And that's what this is all about. One person's trash may be another person's treasure and vice versa. And that's why when I always tell you guys, don't worry about my ratings or what I think about it, try it out for yourself, I'm being honest. Like these reviews are a resource for you. If you align with my palate, or maybe you don't align with my palate, you see my review. Let's say you're like, I don't agree with you the vast majority of the time. That means if I say I hate this beer, you're probably going to love it. But if you do agree with me like 80 or 90% of the time, if I say this beer is okay, you're probably going to find it okay as well. But always try a beer out for yourself before making any judgment. Don't be like, Joe from the Beer PaTroll said that this beer isn't that good, so I'm going to hate it. You never know. Try it out for yourself. I'll always say that. So anyway, yeah, 3.5 out of 5. It's a okay, solid beer. And for 9.5%, it hides it well. If someone handed this to me and I was at a barbecue, first of all, fuck them for handing me an almost 10% beer at a barbecue. But if they did, I would drink this and not think twice until I drink a couple of them. And I'm like, wow, that's 9.5%. What are you doing to me? But outside of that, whatever. Price point availability, these come in 6-packs of the 12 fluid ounce cans, typically anywhere from like 13 to 14 bucks from what I could tell. I think I paid like $2.49, $2.39 for that can, so it was like probably like 14 bucks a 6-pack here in the Buffalo, New York area. It also comes in the 19.2 fluid ounce stovepipe can. So if you want to grab a couple of those, they're probably in like the $3 to $3.50 range. So for like $6-7 bucks, you probably have a really good night. But yeah, as far as like the price point, absolutely fine with it. Availability, it's Victory. Go check out their website. They have a beer finder. I'm pretty sure you can find this one probably wherever Victory is sold at this point. But as the aforementioned Chaz and I have discussed over the last couple years, distribution is very wonky. So don't expect to see this one for sure. Unless you do get all the Victory stuff in your area, then you'll see it. So anyway, it's a longer review. I'm looking offline. I don't know when I started this one, but probably a good 12, 13, 14-minute review. But I always want to let you guys know where I'm coming from. I always understand that there is another side of the coin, and that goes in life for pretty much anything. But I've always noticed this with food and drink. Like some people say I hate this. Some people say I like it. But you have to take in consideration that person's tastes. And for me, I'm not a huge wheat beer guy in general, certainly American pale wheat ales. So if you imperialize one, you throw some natural flavors to produce a citrus character, I probably would never love this beer, just being honest with you. But I find it tolerable, more so than tolerable. I give it a 3.5. I think it's solid. I could easily drink it. I just would never seek this one out. But that doesn't mean you won't. So step off the soapbox. We're going to shut this one down. This is another Shelfie beer for the month of July 2025. As I mentioned earlier, I have a couple more left before the end of the month, and we're gonna give them a go. So if you've had this one before, please post in the comment section. If not, what's your favorite monkey beer from Victory? Mine is probably Golden Monkey. That Berry Monkey was good. What was the, I forget the name of the one they did around Christmas. It was like Twisted, no, I don't know if it's Twisted Monkey. Merry Monkey, maybe? But that one was fun because it had a lot of like holiday spices in it. But yeah, this isn't one I'd probably ever revisit, but is what it is. So anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer PaTroll. Like I said, not sweet to the point where it's cloying, but definitely lean sweet. There's enough dryness here, no real bitterness, just like a mild bitterness. But I think people who are drinking this one don't really give a shit about the balance. That's the way I look at it. Anyway, I'm shutting this one down. Appreciate it. Till the next one. Cheers.